What's up guys, it's Meikitamemo here and welcome to my Twitch channel or YouTube channel if this is getting uploaded to YouTube, which is gonna take a very long time since I'm still working on my recent timestamps, but I'm getting smaller progresses. So I'm currently at episode 56 I think, out of 67 of Risen, and after Risen 1 I will do Gothic 1 timestamps, which is about 47 episodes, and then Gothic 2 for how many episodes I currently do not know. Still have some previous streams to highlight gotten pieces, but I will do that after this stream. So let me load, get my couple of things. So 1 second guys. Alright, I'm back. Let me check if it's live at the moment. It should. It took a bit longer than anticipated, so in that regard, yes. Yokata. Alright, so Urshak has already moved forwards, but I know exactly where he's going, so I'm gonna follow him to the area where Hushback had his tent. I will talk with Urshak. He will say he knows that I am the one that killed Hushback, and he's not very fond about it, but I'm not a man without sympathy, as he will let me live as long as I escape. I will let him live as long as he let me live. Two out of the 3 paths, which I will eventually do, I will keep Hushback. I keep saying Hushback while it's Urshak alive. The only where I will kill him is because as a paladin, because it's then my duty to, withdraw the power for the orcs. This guy is a human orc. Well, this guy is going to be, let me put it that way, a human orc mercenary in Gothic 3, which is going to be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So let's start with Urshak. Oh. God damn it. Gominasai. Orcs.
Nothing to be had there.
Krotok! I learned you there when Hushback killed. You make big mistakes, stranger.
I see you have taken his place here. You've been stringing me along. Your position with your people is higher than you wanted to admit. Now you're nothing but a tool of evil yourself.
Stranger, right. Urshak filled only with hate and vengeance now. Urshak see big mistake trust evil human. Urshak regret call human friend and help not get killed. Stranger, finally leave valley and go overpass. Urshak no can kill stranger now. Honor of shaman's command, Urshak no kill. Next time we meet, we enemies. You better go now.
Let me roll a cigarette. If I will talk with him now, he's gonna kill me. But I'm gonna let him live. Hey, Filippo, what's up, brother? Kinda weird that you call me Willy, but, you know, that's fine with me. Willy. Filippo. How have you been doing, Mage? Are you guys ready for the ice and the final dragon? I most certainly am. But first, I gotta take my HP back to max. Now this area is going to be tricky, the ice dragon part. Due to the fact that I've got no potions. I can check out the castle to see if they have potions, but I highly doubt it. So I will not check. I will survive on the things that I have. Which, like I said, is going to be challenging, especially with the stone giants, well, with the ice giants. With their freakingly annoying wall of ice. I hate ice block. Clown Fiesta. So guys, if you want a clown party, go to Filippo. He has a clown fiesta. Give me burger. Don't talk about burgers, man. That makes me hungry. I love burgers. They're so tasty. Tasty as fuck. If you guys want to know where Filippo is living, I got no clue. I know he lives somewhere. And even if I did know where he lived, I wouldn't tell him because that's the fun. If you have to search for the clown fiesta. Or eat a mushroom and dance with the pixies. Dancing with the pixies. Oh dear. That's quite a nice amount of, what should I say, dragon snappers. And since I've got no potions, it's going to be tricky. But tricky is my middle name. But how have you been doing, Filippo? Doing good, mate. Now the reason why I'm here is because of Cor Angar, one of the important NPCs, Amulet. I forgot to talk to him, but I know this location of his amulet. So we'll take it along. So I can later on take him to the halls of Erdorath. Man, it sure takes a lot of time. This guy eats like a boss. Or as I used to call it, why the hell does he eat like a horse? Look at this shit. He eats like an horse, man. You're doing not bad. That's good. Hey, well, that's true. Yeah. Technically speaking, if you can cross a watermelon. and watermelons are indeed 92% containable of water, or as I like to call mizu, then you can indeed 92% walk over water. No doubt about it. Maybe you are Jesus, Philippo. Who knows? Philippo, Jesus in disguise. Everything is possible, provided you know the tactics. Maybe I'm God, but I do not know it yet. Technically speaking, we're all gods. We created gods, so we are gods. Old or new gods, it's all the same. Fairy tale. Skeleton, you there. Rest in peace. Murky mushrooms. Give 'em. I love those murky mushrooms. Good stuff, those murky mushrooms. Especially if you get mana from it. Permanent mana. Alright, so let's get Cor Angar's Amulet. Oh dear, look at all these skeletons. Oh dear, this guy is going to use Ice Block. And he fucked it up. Let him use summoning magic. It's not gonna help him in the slightest. There we go. Job's done. Tell you more about what? About gods. You've got good gods, a permanent mana, and you've got bad gods. Depending on what you do, you'll be remembered in history, also known as being immortalized. Which is kind of godlike, you know. If you're immortalized, if Thieves stands for iron, would female stand for iron? Who knows? Who knows? I do not know, do you? Maybe females are Iron Man. Maybe females are aliens. Beautiful aliens though. Not all of them, but most of them. You also got them not so good looking aliens. But hey, I will be up for it, you know. If an alien race would come to Earth and say, we need to breed, would you volunteer? I would say, hell yes. In exchange for that technology, of course. Because I like ladies. But who doesn't? Hey, a walking stick. Is this quest related? No, it's just a regular walking stick. But I haven't found Cor Angar's Amulet yet. Or did I? Where is it? Angar's magical amulet. There we go. I got it. I love ladies. The beautiful eyesight. B-E-A beautiful. Oh, don't mind me by the way guys, I'm just randomly killing critters. Even though I do not really need it.
There he is.
There I am. And there you were. Another rune. Shouldn't be that great. Let's check it out. Ice arrow. Well, it's actually the first it's the first magic that I can use. It should, yeah, but you know, they will not agree with you there, mate. Because that's what makes most of these females beautiful, you know. And I don't blame them. If you can Photoshop really good, use it, you know. But sometimes they're just exaggerating. Like every, you know, how do you call it? Pickle? Is it pickle? That you have on your face, you know, those pickles. Models with pickles on their face. I'm just gonna say pickles. I'm not quite sure if that's correct, but, you know, they remove that due to Photoshop. And don't tell me why. Don't ask me why, because I do not know. Because, you know, it's not about what you look outside. It's who you are in the inside. Our surroundings, our outer circle-ish, outer beings are just like a book cover. Well, not really. Not really deep thoughts. At least I don't think so. But welcome, Mage. Bowyer, I think I saw you before here. I'm pretty sure that you did. Welcome back, nevertheless. Appreciate your support, Braid. I want to say bro and mate at the same time, not gonna work. But this filler boy is always on fire, mate. This guy is always on fire. Sometimes he is a comedian of the stream. This guy is many things. Kappa. Kappa. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Bolts. I don't need bolts. Arrows would be nice. You know, that would be useful at the very least. But bolts? What do I need bolts for? I don't use a crossbow. Goddamn hiccups. Alright, so let's talk with Cor Angar, tell him that I found his amulet, and then go to the final dragon, which is obviously the ice dragon, and then I'm pretty much done here, and can gather my crew, search the case for eggs and whatnot. Don't I know you?
Don't call me Angar. I have set aside my title. The Brotherhood of the Sleeper has disbanded. Curious, but you seem somehow familiar to me. Yet I cannot quite recall you.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I haven't been able to sleep properly for some time. These constant nightmares.
How did you get here?
After the collapse of the magic barrier, I hid myself in the mountains. It became time for me to do something. I strayed about for days until I suddenly awoke in the castle. Do not ask me what happened. I don't know. To make matters worse, I have also lost the amulet which I have had for years. I shall go mad if I do not find it again.
What happened to the others from the swamp camp?
The last thing I remember is that the barrier collapsed, accompanied by a nerve-shattering scream. Stricken with panicked fear, we fell to the ground.
Is my mic working properly? I think it is, but just double checking.
Over, they all ran mad and disappeared into the bleak night, screaming loudly. I have not seen them again.
Then I am welcome to be in the game, because it is possible, you know. There's multiple reasons why we have deja vu, you know. It could be that we are living in some sort of a video game like-ish place, you know. Possible. Everything in this world is possible. But it is also possible that we live under parallel universes. Which is, you know, funny. at some point, you know. And if you die, if you really die, then you beat the game. I think that's why you die eventually, because you beat the game. But it is possible that we are, you know, living in some sort of a virtual reality. But it's a reality to us as it is reality for my character, you know. Some sort of a sentence. Where exactly did you lose your amulet?
It must be
Everything's
here
possible.
somewhere. I suspect it was stolen. I absolutely must have it back.
But if life is a video game, and I'm playing video games as my life, then, you know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Maybe I can help you to find your amulet.
Why not? Some help cannot hurt.
$4.1 million people married last year. And look at the amount of population that we have at the current moment. 1.4 million. It's not really that much compared to the 4.1 I meant. Not 1.4 but 4.1 million. But it is a lot if you calculate it. That throughout 365 days 4.1 million people married. That's pretty immense, you know, that's pretty sick. But I don't keep track of that sort of a thing, you know. But if that 4.1 million people have married, then it means that we now have 8.2 million couples. No, technically, you know, 8.2 point something, you know. Yeah, there are couples, 4.1 couples. Yeah, exactly. I see what you meant, but I think they just said, you know, 4.1 million people, to be precise, 4,153,237, you know, people. That in couples, you know, is a lot. So it's better to just individually count those two couples as one couple that got married, you know. There's something wrong.
Do you hear that? Never
But
in
it's a
my
lot,
life have I
you
heard
know.
such a dreadful noise.
What do you mean?
But
I don't hear a
on the
thing.
other side, we fuck like rabbits,
Area
you
here
know,
stinks
like
of
there's
death
no
and
tomorrow.
destruction. The putrid creatures guard the rocky entrance to the crypt.
Very possible. Or 4 times, or 10 times, or even 100 times. Who knows?
I am almost certain that my amulet
Maybe
was lost
someone thought, you know,
here.
I'm in Vegas. Alright, so let's find a random person here on the street, marry him. We're married, okay, let's go to the next person. And that's also possible, you know, some sort of troller guy that thought, you know, let's marry everybody. If Apple made it, car, would it have windows? No, it will have Apple logos as windows. What's hiding in the cave in the rocks?
What?
Something will not let me get close to the entrance. It is guarded by a magical creature. I have seen it at night, searching the area. A disgusting thing. It glides back and forth between the trees, and you get the impression that it sucks up all life in its surroundings like a sponge.
I kind of wonder, you know, what would this planet look like in 1,000 years from now? When it comes to technology advancements, maybe we'll even be able to time travel or space travel and whatnot. I wish, you know, I wish I could go to the future. Honesty, you know, so that I can check out myself in about 50 years, 60 years, you know, from now, and just say, am I becoming big or not? No, okay, I'm not gonna waste more time on it. Just go to the future and check it out. But 1,000 years from now, flying cars, floating vehicles all over the place, no trafficking lights, so lots of accidents too. Automaticized, god damn it, that word. Cars, planes, trains, maybe even teleporter stones in some sort of regard, you know, would be great. Yeah, and then Japan should use Japanese. We in Europe use euro because we're, you know, euro. But I think it would be for the better benefit of the Netherlands if we go out of Europe, you know, as in not with the euros, but as in fuck the rules of European Union, you know, and just control each country individually without, you know, the others interfering with no border security and whatnot. Fuck that shit, you know, we don't need that shit. We need to be our own country, but we also need to be Earth. Japan is Asia, you know, but they do have their own set of rules. China is also Asia. Doesn't mean that China and Japan things like the same, you know. If Japan wants to let immigrants go in, they can do that. Same with China, but they're not doing that, you know. Same with Syria. They have a large area in the swamp. In the desert, with hundreds of thousands of huts with air conditioning, because of a Syrian priest. God damn it, prince. And they're not using that for refugees. No, they're sending it over to us. You know, they're sending their refugees to us because, yeah, we welcome them, you know. We are like, yeah, sure, come on in. Are you terrorists? Not a problem. Bring along your guns. Bring along your bombs, you know. We don't care. But at some point, you know, it will go for the worse. And I fear, you know, it's going to only getting worse throughout the year. 2017 is going to be mind-changing, you know. I think if we keep doing as Europe, you know, if we keep doing what we currently are doing, without border security, without background checks, without checking in manner of sentence who comes into our country, then we are, as Europe, are doomed. We're gonna be totally annihilated. And Europe will not be Europe anymore in about 100 years. Which is kind of, you know, lame. Because at the current moment it seems like Europe is becoming the new Southern Arabia. You know, I don't have anything against Arabic people. I don't have anything against Muslims. But I'm a European man. I'm from the Netherlands, you know. I'm a Dutch person. I'm not a Muslim. I don't want Sharia law in this country. And even if they would accomplish that, you know, Sharia law. What a name for a law. It's like martial law, only than for Arabs. But, you know, we need to check our borders. We need to check the people that we let into our countries. Not because they flee from war zones, that's not it, you know. If they're fleeing from war, you know, that's fine. If that would be a war here in the Netherlands, and I want to flee to, let's say, you know, Africa or United States, I want to be able to do so. But I do want to make sure that they background check me so that they know I'm not a criminal, I don't have terrorist connections. You know, there's no harm in it, and for all I care, you know, this world can end up as Big Brother, you know. Cameras everywhere, let them roll, I don't care. You know, I don't give a shit what they know about me. You know what I'm saying? Because I got nothing to hide, and all those people that are, you know, complaining at the current moment in the United States, just sad, you know, they don't see the beneficial of it for that country. But man, oh man, if they do not act soon, they're gonna end like Europe, and it's not gonna be pretty. Found your amulet.
Thank you.
Talk too
I
much
thought I would
again.
never see it again.
But I love everybody, you know. What makes this amulet so special for you?
It was a gift.
I see.
So what are you planning to do now?
Get out of this accursed valley. Perhaps we shall meet again. Farewell.
Farewell, Cor Angar.